We'll study about the structure of ovule or the megasporangium in this video. What are you going to study? Megasporangium structure, or you can say the structure of the ovule beta. See, why is ovule so important? Ovule is so important because it is within the ovule that meiosis takes place and then megaspores are formed. Why is ovule so important? Why are we studying the structure of ovule? Because ovule is so important because meiosis takes place here, and what is formed is megaspores. Now, it is attached to the placenta by a stalk called funicle. Please remember this word, F-U-N-I-C-L-E, funicle, or funiculus, singular. Okay, it is attached to the placenta. How is it attached to the placenta? By a stalk-like structure, S-T-A-L-K. You've done this word earlier. It's attached to the placenta by a stalk-like structure which is called funicle. Is it okay for everybody? F-U-N-I-C-L-E. Now, after fertilization, we know that the ovule is going to develop into a seed. Ovules generally develop into seeds. The ovary develops into fruit and the ovules into seeds. Now, the point of attachment, or you can say the junction between an ovule and a funicle, is called hilum. H-I-L-U-M, hilum. It is this hilum which later becomes the scar of the seed. See, the scar on the seed is actually what? It is the hilum. So we have got two words, funicle and hilum. Let me do it very fast with you. What is funicle? See, this is attached to the placenta by a stalk which is called funicle. And we know that after fertilization it develops into the seed. What is hilum? The junction between an ovule and the funicle is what we call as hilum. It is this hilum which later becomes a scar on the seed. Each ovule has protective envelopes. They could be one envelope or they could be two envelopes, which are called integuments. What are they called? They are called integuments. These protective envelopes or these integuments, they cover, they encircle the ovule at all the places except at the tip where a small opening is located. That small opening is what we call as the micropyle. What is it called? It is called as the micropyle. If you can see this, the integuments are covering the entire surface except for this part where we have a small opening. This small opening is what we call as the micropyle. Is it okay for everybody? Now the basal part of the ovule just opposite to the micropyle. See beta, here you had a micropyle just opposite to the micropyle, this side, chalaza. What is it called? Chalaza. C-H-A-L-A-Z-A. What is it called? Chalaza. Is it okay for everybody? See, there we have that is chalaza, just opposite to the micropyle. Now, within these integuments, if you see these are the integuments here, within these integuments, you have a mass of cells. Okay, this mass of cells is what we call as nucellus. What is it? Within the integuments, inside the integuments, you have a mass of cell. This mass of cells is called nucellus. This nucellus is very important. Why? Because it is the cells of these nucellus which are very rich in food material. Is it okay? Now, an ovule, it generally has a single embryo sac. Normally, each ovule has a single embryo sac. We have drawn this as a single embryo sac. You remember, these are the two polar nuclei which will fuse together to become secondary nucleus. Antipodal, synogen and egg. Anyways, what were we discussing? We were discussing that each ovule has generally a single embryo sac or a female gametophyte. And it develops from a megaspore. It develops from a megaspore and is located within the nucellus. See, this is your embryo sac. This is your nucellus. So this embryo sac is situated where? It is situated in the nucellus. It is located within the nucellus. Now, what have we done about ovules? Very important because meiosis takes place over here and megaspores are formed. They are attached to the placenta by a stalk which is called funicle, and after fertilization the ovules develop into seeds. The junction between an ovule and the funicle is called hilum. It is this hilum which later becomes a scar on the seed. Each ovule has protective envelopes. They could be one or they could be two, which are called integuments. These integuments, they encircle the ovule all around except where we have a small opening which is called as the micropyle. Now the part of the ovule just opposite to the micropyle is called chalaza. C-H-A-L-A-Z-A. Within the integuments, you have a mass of cells. This mass of cells is called nucellus. This NuCELLUS. Don't get confused between nucleus and nucellus. NuCELLUS. Cells of these nucellus are very important because they are very rich in food material. Normally, an ovule has a single embryo sac or a female gametophyte which develops from a megaspore. And the single embryo sac is located where? It is located within the nucellus. What is megasporogenesis? Because it is related to this only. The process of the formation of megaspores. Megaspores are formed from MMC. What is MMC? Megaspore mother cell. So, formation of megaspores, or you can say the process of formation of megaspores from megaspore mother cells is called megasporogenesis. Let's define megasporogenesis. The process of formation of megaspores from megaspore mother cells. Where does this megasporogenesis takes place? It takes place or it occurs inside the nucellus of the developing ovule. If you remember, I told you cells of the nucellus rich in reserve food material. So this process of megasporogenesis, that means the formation of megaspores from megaspore mother cell, occurs inside the nucellus of a developing ovule. This process, it begins very early. So early that even when the nucellus is not completely surrounded by integuments. The nucellus is not yet completely surrounded by integuments, but still the process of megasporogenesis starts. That means it starts when the ovule is still, it's in the development process only. Let's talk about the MMC, that is the megaspore mother cell. This megaspore mother cell is a special cell. It is a very large cell. It contains a lot of cytoplasm and a prominent nucleus. Is it okay? Now this megaspore mother cell is actually a large cell, I told you. This contains a lot of cytoplasm and it also has a prominent nucleus. It enlarges in size. Slowly and slowly this MMC, that is the megaspore mother cell, it enlarges its size. Its size keeps on growing. And finally, then it divides by meiosis. Now when this megaspore mother cell divides by meiosis, after it has attained a large size, first it divides to form two cells. The first division, the first megaspore mother cell will undergo meiosis division. It will form two cells. That means one megaspore mother cell is now converted into two cells. These two cells are called megaspore dyad. D-Y-A-D. What are they called? Megaspore dyad. Now these two cells will again divide. As a result, you will get a row of 4 haploid cells now. We had one dividing to 2 and then 2 are again dividing. So you get a row of 4 cells. This row of 4 haploid cells is called as linear tetrad, or because it's a linear row, or you can call it as the megaspore tetrad. So megaspore dyad and megaspore tetrad. If you see the succession, how does it start? It starts on the megaspore mother cell. Once it enlarges in size, it divides into 2 and it forms a megaspore dyad. Each cell of the megaspore dyad again divides to form 4 haploid cells. Okay, and these 4 haploid cells are what we call as the megaspore tetrad. So what did we do, beta? We said the ovules are very important because it is there within the ovule that meiosis will take place and megaspores will be formed. Attached to the placenta by stalk, which is called funicle. After fertilization, ovules develop into seeds. The junction between the ovule and funicle is called hilum, H-I-L-U-M, hilum, which later becomes the scar on the seed. We also said that each ovule has a protective envelope, which could be 1 or 2 membranes, which are known as integuments. They encircle or surround the entire ovule except a small tip, a small opening, which is called as micropyle. And the side of the ovule just opposite to the micropyle is called chalaza, C-H-A-L-A-Z-A, chalaza. Within the integuments is present a mass of cells which is known as nucellus. The cells of nucellus are very special because they contain a lot of reserve food material. We also said that the ovule has generally a single embryo sac, develops from a megaspore, and where is this located? The embryo sac, it is located in the nucellus. Then we did megasporogenesis, the process of formation of megaspore from MMC, that is megaspore mother cell. Now, where does this process megasporogenesis occur? It occurs inside the nucellus of the developing ovule. It starts very early, so early that when the nucellus is not even completely surrounded by integuments. How does this process go ahead? We had a single large cell containing a lot of cytoplasm and a prominent nucleus, which was known as megaspore mother cell. This megaspore mother cell will first divide. First it will grow in size, of course. Then it will divide by meiosis. It will produce two cells which are known as megaspore dyad, DYAD. Each cell of the megaspore dyad will again divide and will form a linear row of 4 haploid cells, which is either known as a linear tetrad because it's a linear row of 4 cells, or it is called as the megaspore tetrad.